Hi, so in this video you're going to learn about a fairly new QGIS feature, legend patch shapes. And you're going to learn both how to download pre-built collections of patches, but also how to generate your own custom patches from your own features. So we have the same project open that I was working on label blocking with, and it's the Denmark project. And I'm going to open up the Style Manager. So the Style Manager can be found up here on the main toolbar. And if I open up the Style Manager, you can see that we have tabs for the different types of symbols, and there's also tags for each one. This is the default QGIS set, and I'm going to switch to the Legend Patch Shapes tab, which on a brand new installation of QGIS or a new profile will be completely empty. But we're going to import some, and so there's a online repository, this GitHub Cartoza QGIS Legend Patches repository. And if we scroll down on this page, we can see examples of some of the legend patch shapes that are included here. And there's different collections. We're going to work with the Class Carlson patches. So we're going to click on the Class Carlson patches XML link, and we'll see this XML file. And we want to click on the raw button so we get the raw XML and the corresponding link to that XML file here. And this URL is what we're interested in. So I'm going to copy this URL and minimize my browser. And we go back to my Style Manager, and you'll see down at the bottom there's an import-export section. So I'm going to choose Import Items. And I can import from a file, but I can also import from a URL. So I'll choose that, and I'll paste the URL in. And you can choose different tag settings here, but for now I'm just going to click the Fetch Items button, and I'll see all the patches that are included in that XML displayed here. And I'm going to not accept that additional tag, but I am going to choose Add These to Favorites, and I'll choose Select All and then Import. I'll just choose Yes to All. And now I may have to switch. Maybe I just need to choose the all. Okay, there they are. For some reason, they didn't get tagged as favorites. I'm not sure what happened there. But we have all of our legend patch shapes downloaded from Class Carlson's repository. And you can see that there are some for rivers, some for road networks, nice collections of point legend patches, and polygons, buildings, coasts, things like that. So some really nice features, even some that have islands in them. So for now, I'm going to click Close on this to close my Legend Patch Manager and return to my map. And I'm going to open up the print composition so that I can apply these to my legend. So to apply some of these, I'm going to select the legend object, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'll select my roads. Now I could select each individual road class separately, but in this case I'll apply the same patch to all. So I'll double click on roads, and here I could edit the name, but you'll see there's a shape button here. So I can go ahead and click that. I'm going to cancel out my favorites, and I will get all the legend patch shapes here that apply to lines. So you can see there's some specifically for roads, 5 different road patches. So I'll choose roads 1. And now you see I have nice legend patch shapes that are a little more road-like for my legend. And you can see here, this is the actual expression used to make that legend patch shape. So these legend patch shapes are generated from the functions in QGIS relating to geometry, such as multi-line string, multi-polygon, point, etc., with a series of coordinates after them. And so that is one way that you can just create your own or edit existing ones. I'll click the Go Back button. And now I'm going to show you how to generate your own custom legend patch shape from an existing feature. So I'll minimize my print composition and return to the main QGIS window. And I want to come up with one that will work to represent the forests on the legend. So if I zoom in to the center of my map, this particular forest here has a fairly nice simple shape to it. Some of these are rather complex and might make difficult legend patches to read. This one's kind of a rounded but natural forest shaped feature. So I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to select the layer and put it into edit mode. I'm then going to grab the select tool and select that single feature. And on the digitizing toolbar, I'm going to click Copy Features to copy that feature onto the clipboard. I'm then going to open up my Style Manager, switch to the Legend Patch Shapes tab, and I'm going to use the green plus button to add a fill legend patch shape. It has some default code in there, but I'm going to paste the data in from the copied feature. So you'll notice a couple things. All the attributes come in with it, and all we're really interested in is the feature geometry itself. So I'm going to find these closing three parentheses here, and I'm going to delete everything after them. I don't need that as part of my legend patch shape definition. And then I'm going to scroll to the top, and again we have all the attribute columns for this layer. I want to find this multi-polygon Z, and I want to eliminate everything before that. So the definition of my new legend patch shape starts with multi-polygon Z and ends with those three closing parentheses for all the geometries. So now I can choose OK, and I can name this forest. I can choose to add it to favorites, add other tags to it if I want, and click Save. And now I have a forest patch in my as a favorite in Legend Patch Shapes. And that matches the geometry of that particular forest exactly. So I can go ahead and close this, and I will take this layer out of edit mode and clear that selection and bring up my print composition again. And now I'm going to select that forest item in the legend, and for its shape I'm going to choose that forest legend patch. And another feature with this is that you can choose the dimensions of these. So I can start entering different widths and heights for this legend patch shape. And so with some odd shapes, sometimes it helps to increase the width or height of a legend patch. And so you can control that as you need to make it look correct, especially one like this that has the point pattern fill inside. If I start increasing the size of that patch, I get more of those tree icons filling it. So sometimes you need to adjust it for reasons like that. So you could do the same thing for the municipalities and choose a municipality patch that is representative of a municipal shape if you want to. And that's all there is for this video. It's fairly straightforward and a fantastic new feature that I hope you find really useful.